Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, internet at large, beware. He's back. He's back in black. And it's showtime. Hi, guys. Just me. Just a little old Lens. And Mr. Fancy Pants. I think, pretty solidly terrifying. So we had just finished the not the Living World season, the personal story, chapter 2, for being level 20. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna finish the first map. Nah, we're just gonna move on. Not gonna be driven by map completion because you should not be driven by map completion. I love that big puffy white cloud. That's very cool. Anyway. All the way down here, because we're going in to Kessex Hills, a 15 to 25 zone. Note, we are 23. It is likely that unless you're really aggressive about moving to higher tier zones, you're going to spend a good amount of time in lower tier zones, but it's not a problem. You still get XP for them. Good XP. I have 9 points. So we will add another point to the build, which opens up our first of this line to choose from. Shatter Skill 2 inflicts blindness. Blindness guarantees that the next attack by any given mob will miss. Oh, this bush certainly looks suspicious, don't you? Oh, wait, it's... oh, there it is. Hi. Bringing the pain. Some backup. I've got my block up, and he didn't attack while I had my block up. Jerk. Just like a bandit. So we'll start off with, we're just going to run hearts. Destroy their supplies. Armored up. This bush looks mighty suspicious. Why is there a nobleman hiding there?
Hey, what's that?
I feel strong.
Speak quickly.
There's just a noble hiding in the bushes. Confusing. Nobles, you just can't trust them, really. I think that's the lesson we can all learn from this. Just can't trust the nobles. I must like pain? Not really, although I might be able to be talked out of it.
Eat my dust.
So, the big plan for today is to have no big plan for today. We'll level up here in Kessex Hills. We'll probably get to 30 and chapter 3 of the storyline.
You got me.
Yes, I got you. Hope you've learned your lesson now. Jolly well, move along. Very nice.
I feel strong.
And the heart is complete. And now that we're in the second map, we'll start harvesting the various crafting elements. Waldo Flood. Hi, Waldo. In case anyone wants to know where you are, I should tell him you're behind this tree. I have...
Until next time.
Nothing. Again, I do not want to deal with the encoded orders. You can if you want, and you're a new player. Generally, I just found them to be not worth the time and effort, and almost certain deaths. sent in. Another few points. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sometimes you just gotta ride around like a crazy person.
You messed with the wrong family.
We had a quest that took us in there. Well, let's...
The Seraph are
Talk
all
to the
that
scout.
stands between order and chaos out here. Even now, the Harathi are gathering materials to construct great siege engines, which lay waste to everything within range. Please, stand with us, and put a stop to their plans.
Gosh, okay, I'll stand with you, and together we can put a stop to their plans.
No.
first-
We're going there someday.
Well, you should let me take you. I've been there. I know the streets. Oh, the thing about it.
And because I'm trying to do everything the way a new player would, for the most part, I missed. I missed.
Refreshing.
So that means I don't just take... We have a new amulet. We'll grab that.
What's going on? Is this person bothering you?
Oh, no bother at all. We were just having a nice chat, weren't we?
This person is
Have you seen some
bothering
merchants pass this way?
Yes.
And give me just a second here. There we go. Band the bot. Oh, God, I'm here. Well, how long? 7 minutes, 46 seconds. And a bot. Lovely. Love that for me. You have to do it from inside. I guess we probably do. There's kind of a little tiny mini jumping puzzle necessary to get to the vista. Not really, but, you know, slightly, ever so slightly. I mean, I could have just mounted up, but where's the fun in that? As a new player, you wouldn't have a flying mount, so... I'm trying to remember to just use the default mount that you will get, I think, at level 10. The Raptor. Because I had forgotten previously that, yeah, that's at level 10, not at level 1. My apologies to anyone who's been following. I got that wrong. Your streamer is imperfect. There is a hero point over here. I'm gonna grab those.
Urge to kill rising.
I'm up for the challenge.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Go. Art complete.
Eat my dust.
And we've aggroed bad guys, so we will attempt to get out of here. Not helping ourselves. Anytime now. Thank you. We have me stuck on a fence. All right, now. That was the worst piece of pet. Why? Why? Is that an invisible wall there? All right. It's fine. Really, it's
Eat
fine.
my
Go.
dust.
Leave me be!
strong.
All right, we have a heart here that needs doing. A mud wallow.
That feels good.
Let's see, there is another
Eat my
hero
dust.
point. Down here, in here, I think. Up.
Such a waste. Perhaps I can reanimate them. Go collect their remains. I'll see what I can do.
All right, she wants us to correct remains. Okay. Plus, there's a hero point here, so we're going in here anyway to get the hero point. Immune to blind. If you saw a little pop-up that said immune, they're immune to blinds. Which I think is unfair, and I would like to register a complaint.
Eat my dust.
Remains.
Armored up.
More remains. And in here is the hero point.
Eat my dust.
Eventually, anyway.
That feels good.
Alright, we have a veteran in here that we need to kill to get access to the hero point. We'll grab the remains. And the remains of the remains.
Eat my dust.
Why is there another worm in here? We didn't need any more worms. Thank you. Grab the remains. Grab the smoked meat.
Such a waste.
Hey, why is that thing back?
Perhaps I can reanimate them. Go collect their remains. I'll see what I can do.
More remains. And now we will deliver the remains to the quest NPC over here. Hopefully it's enough.
I am beginning
It's
the
enough.
reanimation process. I will accept remains until the process is complete.
And where's the meat? Dralthor Labs
I have
powerfully
given your
weird
death's value.
meat.
Your flesh will
This
serve those that require
Food has
its
a
strength.
unfamiliar but tempting aroma. Probably best to eat it first and ask questions
Traitor!
later.
Stop hiding in your cave and face what is left of the lives you have taken.
Do you like calling somebody out? We got a mighty amulet. We have a 215 focus. Our current focus is not that good.
Strong words, little one.
Ooh, oh, a champion? No, thank you. Now is the time where discretion is the better part of valor, and we get the hell out of Dodge.
I feel strong. Take that.
We are not strong enough to solo take a champ, even at low levels. Basically, yeah, that's group content for the most part now. Higher levels, players
Eat
can do
my
that.
dust.
They can take them down, take them apart, give them a little bit of what for, but not at low levels, so I shan't try. And we're almost done with the heart here. We can finish it off down here. Oh, we did something. We got one of the dailies complete, I assume? Yep. We have dodged 3 enemy attacks using a dodge roll. Dodge. Although that was not actually a successful dodge because there was no attack, so that one wouldn't have counted.
Eat my dust.
I achieved.
And there's the heart, and another bit of the adventure guide. We're Volume 2, we're at 15 of 20. What else do we have to do here? Let's see. We got to level up to 30. Defeating a world boss.
Urge to kill
Events.
rising.
Gathering crafting materials. Renown hearts. Waypoints and vistas. And again, when we finish out the adventure guide, we'll get a big chunk of XP. We have another new event nearby. I will register a complaint that I've had for the entirety of the game that they don't really show you on the map, where when they tell you there's an event nearby, they don't actually tell you where that event might be. Oh, this is where we came in. Never mind. We have another player here. Well, there is an event, but that is not an event we actually want to do anything with. It's hard to explain why. This is some content from Living World Season 2, I think, that is still in the game. I just don't find it enjoyable, basically. But we do have a quest here in the general vicinity. It has some very strange mechanics, some atypical mechanics. For instance, there are mobs that aren't dead when you down them. You have to down them as if it was a PvP fight. And now, all of a sudden, I've got a veteran on me, aggressively. Another player. And you see there, we have to finish them manually, as if it was in a structured PvP match.
Eat my dust.
We're going to be all right.
And it doesn't even get you any. Wow, we succeeded. Okay, we evidently succeeded. We've got another downed assassin. We'll go ahead and murder him. We'll res this guy, but you'll notice we're not getting much in the way of progress on the heart.
Thank the gods
what
you
we're
were here.
primarily trying to do here. This is a crafty bit you want. A pristine toxic spore sample is used for certain types of crafting. And now it's just the regular sort of quest stuff. Quest-like stuff that you would get from a heart. So we'll have a few bits and pieces, like one of these 4 or 5 toxic seedlings here will be an actual pristine one, which is worth picking up. I think the others still give you XP. Yeah, they do. 45 XP, whether it's pristine or not. The pristine is the only one that's used for crafting. This is just sort of a leftover legacy thing from Living World Season 1, which has kind of an odd sort of place in the game. It was meant to be dynamic content that would only exist for a short period of time and then never again. So a vast percentage of the current player base wasn't around then. I was for some of it, but frankly had kind of lost my interest because the Living World Season stuff was, at this point, was largely unimpressive.
Armored up.
Wait, this is... Take that back. This is Living World Season 2 stuff, I think. Anyway, it was meant as dynamic content that would be done once, and the world would be permanently changed by it, which actually is a very cool concept, as concepts go. Didn't work out quite as well as everyone had hoped. And so for a number of years, all of that Living World Season 1 content was gone. But they did retrofit some of it to get it back into the game. So there is, I don't know, 2/3 maybe of Living World Season 1.
Eat my dust.
Do we have points? We do have more points. couple more openings here. We can now choose. That one is Shatter 2 gives blindness. Remove a non-damaging condition and gain swiftness whenever you evade an attack, or gain stacking ferocity effect when you or one of your illusions strikes with a one-handed sword or underwater spear.
Armored up.
We're going to swap back to the sword then from... Wait, we have the pistol here? We do. Huh. Well, we can have pistol and sword. We had that earlier. Let's get that out of the way. We get some crafting goods there. Again, the encoded orders. This is higher stat-wise. That's going to mean new dice. You know the rules, just like I do. Put those away. Eat that. And roll up our new dice. Random dice. Here we go. I kind of liked this outfit, I gotta say. That this, the pyre, lava, and purple tint. Okay, purple tint was not quite thematic, but other than that. Here we go. That's appalling. Ho, ho, ho. Suddenly I'm Santa bleeping Claus. We have Brick House. Brick Spruce. Brick Spruce sounds like the name of a porn actor. And Stream. Sure, we'll apply it. It's pretty bad, though. Did we get that heart? No, not yet. But I'm going to be doing harvesting when I come across things, I assume. Nope, it's a ruined log. That means, sadly, although we did get walnuts, that my harvesting tool is too low level to successfully harvest in a 15 to 25 map. So just so I don't waste my time and effort, we'll just throw it away. I'll walk up, it'll say, you don't have anything equipped. And I'll go, oh, that's right, I don't. But maybe we can buy one. We can't buy from this vendor yet because we haven't finished his heart out.
Eat my dust.
But harvesting the taproots will also count towards one of the... Oops. There's a POI there. Towards one of the advancement guide achieves. I will be broken.
Live on.
Yeah, he's going to live on. Keep telling yourself that, Ace. Now this is a place that can... Oops. Another waypoint. 5 out of 5. We are now 17 out of 20 towards Adventure Guide Volume 2. Again, that'll be a big XP bonus. I have a weaponsmith, but I don't think he's going to have
stranger.
any of the crafty bits. Beets and Shrooms. This is a place that will swap ownership. Sometimes it'll be under human control, like it is now with the Seraph, and sometimes it's under control of the centaurs.
That feels good.
And, you know, dynamic events will occur that will cause it to swap from one side to the other. Now, there are a number of players here, so I'm going to guess that either the event with the Spider Queen just happened, or they're kind of hoping it's going to happen. We have another waypoint.
What have you done?
I moited yet. How you like them apples? Bandits.
I feel strong.
We are no longer within the radius for the heart, so we're going to run in, we're going to grab the POI,
Kidding, right?
and then exit. So this Tammany is also not within the radius. Now we're back within the radius. That poor little pony guy got absolutely curb stomped. I always kind of wished that if you did a mouse over on the heart like that, instead of just showing the progress, it would show you the area where you were within the radius so that you could make progress on the heart. Is there a waypoint in here? On the other side. Right. Down below. Right there. Oh, grab the iron. Because we can. Good evening to those of you who've joined me.
Don't let them inside the defenses.
I can't chop down the tree because it appears that there is a centaur attack underway. Juvenile eagle. If I were a ranger, I would be able to tame that. Any critter that is labeled as a juvenile is tameable. And there's, I don't know, 30 or 40 critters in the core game that are tameable.
There's one to remember me by.
There's one to remember me by.
Eat my dust.
I gotta say, dust doesn't sound particularly sanitary, but maybe it's not unsanitary either. Just not sure.
That feels good.
We have another player here, Vinna Viper. Hi, Vinna. That's the heart complete.
Weakness makes me sick.
And weakness makes them sick. Blah-de, blah-de, blah. They are so chatty. So we'll just do a nice big spinning attack and finish them all off, because they deserve it. Not really clear what the big problem is between the humans and the centaurs, other than, well, humans, as I've mentioned before, are an invasive species on this planet. There's 25 out of 25.
Rest up and
Got us a
take
little
your-
XP.
This isn't
When we
over
hit
yet.
50. This is 50. I'm assuming it's, no, it's 3 tiers, so it's actually 75, right? Yeah, 75 to finish off this particular one, but we did ding 26.
Eat my dust.
I got some onions.
Power flow at 30%.
All those crafty bits go away, except for that one. Let's see, where are we? Kind of want to work along the eastern side, I think, of the map this time. Hey, Snoopy.
Until next time.
There is a jumping puzzle in here, but I'm not sure that's especially interesting. Did I do one already? Jumping puzzles are I don't want to say a big deal in the game, but they are a nice element of gameplay. I am okay
Eat my
at
dust.
most of them. I have done what is often considered to be, well, it's the one that gets the most, shall we say, press for being difficult. And that is the Chalice of Tears, the oh-so-well-named Chalice of Tears. But I kind of cheated. Not cheated. I followed a video of how to do it. And I also used an item that can be acquired by anyone in Living World Season 3, I think. Like the second or third map. It's called a prototype position rewinder. And basically it allows you to bookmark a place and teleport right back to it. So if you are trying a jump and you miss the jump, you just push the button again, it teleports you back where you were. You wait for 30 seconds for the device to cool down. You save your place, try the jump again. I do like the spear on the Mesmer. I decided not to show it too much because any new players are not going to have access to it. And for any new players who thought it sounded cool or looked cool and interesting, if you are interested in it, you would have to get to level 80 and partway through Janthir Wilds expansion to unlock the Land Spear on all classes. But I did like it. I particularly liked the 2 skill, where it had the 2 rings and the anything between the outside and the second ring. Anything in the second ring was an auto crit. You'll note, you see that big castle floating in the sky? Later on in the story, it's gone. That's the basis for the 4th expansion, Secrets of the Obscure. Spoilers! Sort of, kinda, little. Yeah, kinda. Meow, bonk.
This place is fantastic.
There's a lot of stuff you can leverage with a guaranteed crit.
You work in a quarry. If a bunch of elementals showed up to do manual labor,
All right.
you'd lose your job.
Oh,
Let's make sure we've got the highest tier of tools that we can use. And because you can't salvage or sell the tools, you just throw them out. You don't need them anymore. Out the door they go.
Eat my dust.
And actually, eating my dust is optional. You don't have to if you don't want to. We have another hero point over here. It's fun to jump into a big pack of enemies and drop 5 and 2 skills. All right, the 5 is like increases the damage of your next skill, something like that.
Step up, workers. You need to learn how to handle this element.
I'm tired of tourists gaping at us like putting on a show for
Nobody
them.
brought you on the sidelines. Pay attention.
Where would
Maybe
go?
you'll learn something.
Divinity's Reach, maybe. Might join the carnival there.
You make no sense.
Nobody brought marshmallows?
That feels good.
Burn, baby, burn.
And a hero point achieved.
Well done. Did you see that, workers? That's how you do it.
That's how you do it indeed. I have to say, I've never been a very good mesmer. And by which I mean, not that I've been an evil mesmer, as far as you know. I just don't think I've ever been very good at playing it. I've never felt like I was very good at playing it. Even Virtuoso, which is pretty straightforward. I never felt like I had a good grip on it. All right, we have another waypoint here. And a POI in this cave. Along with some bats. And Gort. Is it hidden behind? Or is it not actually in here? Must be up above. I don't think there's any behind. Well, might be. Looks like there might be a behind. Doesn't feel like it. Been a while since I've been through here. I will stop for long enough to grab shrooms. Another player. But I saw someone on Reddit the other day talked about how it felt like the world was empty. And I would say that they had not played very much. Because with the mega server system they have, basically they have as many maps for any given, as many instances for any given map, like say this one. As there are players that require it. You know, they'll spin up a new map, move players around. Well, opt in.
Take that! Eat my dust!
And to me, none of the maps really feel dead. Now, you've got millions of players and probably tens of thousands playing right now. Even with all the maps, I'd imagine every map's got a couple of dozen players. Simply because alting is a popular thing. For onesies.
Eat my dust!
Oop, okay, that guy went through. He's just trying to get the... He's a wise man. He's just trying to get the POI in there. I thought he was going to attack, and so, well, here I am. It's a veteran. I got this, don't worry. See? Culture. Yeah, that's a champion. Good day, sir. I am not one to generally mess with champions, and definitely not at low level, and definitely not at a character I have never felt especially comfortable with.
That feels good.
Alright, I don't think I have enough volcanic rocks just yet to give to Sangdo Swiftwing here and finish out the heart. Not quite.
With integrity.
Eat my dust.
Couple more. So if anyone is watching these who is a new player and is looking for a class that is a little more straightforward, say, than Mesmer, a lot of people will recommend Ranger because at worst you have got a companion with you to fight with you, to get some aggro, all that kind of stuff. That is a good suggestion. Elementalist is one a lot of new players want to play. It was my initial main. It is very, very classy if you don't know what you're doing. And you will spend... The standard joke is that the specialization for Elementalist is the down state. So, first of all, you should play whatever sounds like fun. But do be prepared that you may spend more time horizontal than you're comfortable with. With an elementalist, maybe a mesmer as well. Engineers are complicated, but good. Guardians would get a lot of votes for the most straightforward to play. I would also note that Pistol Thief, very straightforward. Year or two ago, they redid that particular skill. Thief's class mechanic is they have a certain amount of initiative, and it has sort of a spender economy. You do a skill, it'll cost some initiative. You're constantly generating initiative. It's not quite a builder spender, but it does have a sort of a spender economy to it. But with the change they made, you can essentially use your 3 skill almost infinitely. And it is a high damage skill. It fires 8 shots. You combine that with a skill that gives you a small heal every time you damage something. And that combination can make Thief really strong for solo play. Mostly single target, but not exclusively. There's also a skill you can get that will give you Penetrate on your pistol shots. It'll do a little bit less damage, but the ability to penetrate means that if you're clever and line up the mobs that you're fighting, it's no longer single target only. So what we're doing here is we're dropping rabbit bait at any rabbit bait point, picking up the Lion's Arch Surprise. Now, if you'll note, when we pick these up, our hotbar changes. The only icon we have is the 1 key, which gives us a speed boost. We have to take these to the deputy and turn them in to get progress on the heart. A fair number of hearts are going to have that mechanic where there's something you have to do to get something, and you have to give it back to an NPC. Sometimes the NPC is clearly labeled, sometimes it's the heart NPC, sometimes it's a guy next to the heart, sometimes may have to double check and like do a mouse over and look. You may have to actually talk through multiple conversational options to find where you can finally turn in the damn thing. It is an inelegant mechanic sometimes. Lady Flame Queen. That looks like an elementalist to me. Now, I will note, we got to a certain level, we can wield 2 different weapon sets and swap between them. In combat, there's a cooldown on the swap. Outside of combat, you can pretty much swap freely. But 2 classes don't get that swap option. They can have them equipped, but in combat they can't swap. And that is the Engineer and the Elementalist. They do have things that make up for that. The Elementalist has, for their class mechanic up here, instead of having the shatters that I have, they have the 4 elements, fire, earth, wind, and water. And can swap, again, with a cooldown between swapping back into an attunement. Fire is damage. Earth tends to be buffs and debuffs. Air, buffs and some damage. Sometimes AE damage. And water tends to be a lot of healing stuff. And Elementalist, for them, their mechanic, one of their class mechanics, I guess I should say, is their F keys are the tool belt. For every 6 through 10 skill that you have, or could have, there's a different associated tool belt skill. which is usually much less powerful, usually related in some way. So for instance, you might have a nice big heal for yourself here, and the tool belt skill on F1 that corresponds to the 6th skill might be a cleanse of a condition from yourself and the people around you. That kind of thing. But they also have kits, things like flamethrower kit, grenade kit, mortar kit. And when they equip those, it changes their 1 through 5 skills. So basically they can swap between kits, multiple kits, and whatever weapon combo they have, but they can't swap weapon combo. So you can't go from rifle to pistol shield in combat. All the rest of the classes can have 2 full sets of gear. Another level. Power, ferocity, all of them.
Eat my dust.
Eat my dust. And we'll swap this for this crappy old sword. Alright, we've finished off the heart for this guy, and that opens up the vendor so we can sell the junk we're carrying.
Eat my dust.
And they also do have gear. I wouldn't generally want to start spending a whole bunch of your karma. I mean, I have an incredible amount. Actually, not even incredible. I just have a lot. There are people with incredible amounts. Like, I have 5,000 hours in the game. That's a lot. There's another streamer, Subject Pang. I believe he said he had 34,000 hours in the game. That is 17 years of full-time employment. But, for instance, you can also get the cosmetics here. And for instance, if you were going to be buying this cosmetic, you could buy it either in green quality or blue quality, and it won't matter. It's the same cosmetic. And that's how you can unlock a lot of cosmetics. Over time, you won't have to. You'll pretty much get huge numbers. Not everything, but you'll get really large numbers just by playing the game. Let us grab a waypoint. We have 11 more points. That's another right here in dueling. Let's see if that changes our setup any. Alright, that gives us access to the third of the sort of default skills you get. Grant fury to yourself and nearby allies when you critically hit. So when I critically hit, I will get fury for 8 seconds, and all of my friends around me will get fury for 4 seconds, and that increases your chance to critical hit by 25%. So for instance, this would be a good case for using the spear I was using earlier. Hey dude, good evening to you. Because it has a guaranteed crit in an area around where you target. Around yourself. There's a central area where you do some damage, and then there's a ring around that where everything you hit is a guaranteed crit. So, with a guaranteed crit, that means I could hit them for a crit, and immediately I would get 8 seconds and plus 25% to my crit chance. And that's sort of the key to Buildcraft, is finding these little synergies that work. I have completed 10 events. That is worth 50 points. And 1 out of 6 for weekly completion. There was much rejoicing. Right.
Let's see what's on the menu. Probably nothing you like.
Let's see where we are here. So we need 2.5 more levels to open up the next
This lake was our food source
chapter
and livelihood
in the personal
before
story.
the toxic alliance of Crate and Nightmare
Now
Court
you'll know we
polluted
have
it with their vile
a
tower.
big body of water here,
We could sure use
including
your help cleaning up the
the
mess they
heart
left
in the middle of the
behind.
water. Water combat is a thing. Water combat is done better in Guild Wars 2 than any other game. For me, though, it's still just not great. Better than everybody else isn't necessarily good. I feel it is incumbent upon me to try and help this poor fellow out who's lying here dead. Not even in the heart zone. Just, I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart, not out of the progression on the heart. I'm just a nice person.
Eat my dust.
But don't eat my dust. You
You
wouldn't
never
like it.
have too much treasure.
My dust is a little chalky. $50 out of 50 materials. And we've got more of the toxic... Wow, they vanished. Not sure if that's in a sort of a weird event or something, or what the deal is. You can move, trader. Yes, not showing up as an event, but it certainly is behaving like an event. Why, look, another scout. Sure, we'll...
When Zaitan rose, countless undead spewed into the lands. They seemed to bubble up all over, especially in this swamp. Shadowheart was set up to contain the undead, but holding so many back is a struggle.
Shadowheart?
There's an Assyrian crew researching what compels these monsters.
BG3
They
stole
don't
that!
have answers yet. We'll never give this place up, but we can't defend it alone.
Thanks, Warden. Nobody cares. I mean, Perth, or...
Eat my dust.
No, actually, nobody cares. So, yeah, that was right. This, Poobadoo, right here. I did play BG3 like 8 or 10 times and never got very far in because I always wanted to change my character choice. So I have like 8 or 10 very different characters, and none of them have gotten very far. I suffer from chronic, near lethal analysis paralysis when it comes to certain things, and that's one of them. Is I always want to try something different, even if I'm not very far in the game. Poobadoo here is a guild mission is to fight and kill Poobadoo. If you're curious about guilds, guilds are account-wide, and you can be in up to 6 of them at once. So, for instance, right now, I'm now representing the Irregulars. But you can only represent one guild at a time, but you can be a member of up to 6. Used to be 5. A couple of years ago, they changed it to 6. And I'm swimming. PvP is an element. No, Guild Wars 1 was much more a PvP game. This does have PvP. It has 2 flavors. It has structured PvP, which is 5 versus 5 and sort of a typical arena type fight. And then it has World v World, which tends to be like, I can't remember what the cap is. 3 factions fighting over 4 maps. See if I can. So this is the structured PvP, which is 5 on 5. And then there is World v World. Not visible from dungeons, instances, no overflow maps. So I can't actually like show you the map, I don't think. But there are 4 maps, and that tends to be Zerg associated, shall we say, where it tends to be a lot of large groups running around. Fighting, murdering, that sort of thing. But no, generally it is a PvE game with PvP. Guild Wars 1 was definitely much more a PvP focused game. Although no shortage of PvE there either. Yay! Mini jumping puzzle! In fact, I would say the structured PvP, which is the classic thing that people think about when they think PvP, has a very small community compared to the PvE community. It is, I would say, overwhelmingly a PvE game, not a PvP.
Strong.
It does have PvP. For some players, that is the primary reason to play it, either for PvP or, whoops, I was going to die, or World v World. But World v World has more players than structured PvP does. Structured PvP kind of has a shortage, a relatively small community, and also that community is kind of split up because of, I think it's more active on the EU realm than the NA realm. So the fact that the realms are split doesn't help when it comes to that sort of thing. Oh, an undead grub. You know, I frequently have grub for dinner, but it's very seldom undead. Don't want to say never, but seldom. All right, we grab the gourd. I believe we have to walk through the water. We fill it up, and then we pour it.
It's appreciated.
On one of the infected. Hi!
I'm grateful.
Here's some water. Kind of sucks to be you. Let me pour some water on you. Wasn't that a song? Pour some water on you, baby? From Pyromaniac? Def Leppard? I'm old? I'm really old. Hi. Here.
It's appreciated.
Always make sure your grub is dead before you eat it. Sound advice.
Eat my dust.
And note, I'm picking not mushrooms, pus shrooms, which is ooh.
Eat my dust.
I really kind of wish I would stop telling people to eat my dust. What that is I have... give me water, please. Thank you.
Strong.
I'm grateful.
One of the things I have selected is constantly buffing me. One of the buffs is swiftness, and the other will be random. That's why I keep saying what I keep saying.
I'm feeling fulfilled.
You're feeling fulfilled. How nice for you.
Thank you so much.
They get to feel fulfilled, and I feel better because I have dumped a bucket of cold water on a Sylvari. And they kind of always deserve it.
I appreciate
Eat my dust.
They're kind of stuck up. It's the British voice, the British accent. You know, not a Cockney to be seen anywhere.
That fulfills my needs.
Eat my dust.
All just terribly British, you know. Never an all right, and mate. Nothing like that. Nope. Nope. Terribly proper.
It's appreciated.
Pardon me. I need to pick up my onions. And heart complete. Right now, the colors are a truly unimpressive, oh look, It's a goddamn Santa Claus cosplay with some cool glasses. The colors are brick and spruce and stream. And I said earlier, brick spruce sounds like a bad porno actor's name. You have a very odd definition of perfection, my friend. I'm going in.
Urge to kill rising.
Me and another player in here. I will commune with this place of power. And then I'll grab some button mushrooms, despite the fact I personally hate mushrooms.
Weakness makes me sick.
Whoops. I shot out of there like a cork out of a bottle. Gonna try it, but I don't think it's gonna work. It worked. Oh, he promises a painful end.
That feels good.
Your victory will be short-lived.
Keep telling yourself that.
Strong.
How about we just shatter our illusions? Believe me, I'm very good at having my illusions shattered.
Eat my dust.
Also, for a weird sort of primitive people, they certainly seem to have a very nice flag going on, you know? So we'll just destroy their trebuchets, or as is sometimes said by, say, one Muckluck, trebucket. Oh look, the engineer built another one. How nice of him
Weakness makes me sick.
to help me out with my destructionating.
Urge to kill rising.
Yeah, urge kill right. Wow! And again, just that fast, they've rebuilt it.
Eat my dust.
They're effective at building them. I'm just happen to be pretty effective at destroying them too. The red circle there is, yeah, somebody else's trebuchet. One more, I think. How'd I do?
Urge to kill rising.
Heart complete. Whee! They shot at me again as soon as I got out. one might come to the conclusion that they don't care for me and my hijinks. We are at about 28.5. Okay, 28.4. And at 30, the next chapter of our personal story opens up. And how close are we to finishing up? Ooh, we get... No, we need 8. I think we need 8 for each of the last ones. 8. 16, 24, yeah. But in the adventure guide, we need 3. So we need to hit level 30. That'll be 1. A couple more renown hearts. 12 more crafting materials. Well, we're about to get 6 more crafting materials.
Eat my dust.
Really, you don't have to feel obliged to eat my dust. We have a new greatsword. It is better than the current greatsword we're using, so, as you might expect, we will swap. Now, weaponry doesn't count as attire, so that does not mean a dye change. Now, this is one of those areas where the heart is a little bit on the difficult side to finish in a timely fashion. As once you take care of all of the spike traps, you kind of have to find, within a narrow area, you have to find centaurs to murder. I'm sorry. Liberate from life. Also, you can grab the unexploded shot, which almost always immediately explode on you. Over there, if you're wondering, we have a champion. Now, if there were a group of people fighting, I would join in, but I would want to be there, see it explodes. I would want to be very careful, because most of the time when you finish off one of those bandit champions, a legendary bandit shows up, and I don't like those fights at all. They always feel deeply unfair. I mean, eventually the players will take care of it. Afternoon, Miss T. Yeah, eventually this Mesmer is going to max level. This Mesmer is a keeper. I will be buying more character slots the next time they go on sale. So that I need to buy 6 more. That'll get me to 46. That's 5 of each class and a key farm. You might wonder, Lens, have you sought professional help? And the answer is...
Eat my dust!
Huh? And you see, we got this water bucket, and I know I'm supposed to be able to put out fires with it. I just, most of the time when I try, it doesn't seem to work. Okay, it worked that time. I take it back. There just aren't that many damn fires, I guess.
Refreshing.
So yes, this will be my 5th. Well, it is my 5th Mesmer. Well, I'm not being able to put out that fire Despite my repeated best efforts. How about the... no, doesn't look like it.
Urge to kill rising.
My urge to kill is rising, I have to agree. It's just that this heart is one of those that should be easy and isn't. It just doesn't quite have enough of the stuff that you need to finish it off in a tidy fashion. So, this Harathi is within the range, so...
I promise a painful end!
I decided to humiliate him by wetting him first. I forgot to dump off the water. It's fine. No harm was done. But this sharpshooter is not within range, so can we pull him in?
Eat my dust.
Now, I'm within. I think I get credit. Yeah, I got credit. But I had to pull him into the area. That's what I mean about how this is not a good heart. It's not well designed.
Eat my dust.
Okay, we're back in. Oh, and he's running away. Okay, then this one's up.
That feels good.
It shouldn't require the player to hop through this many hoops. And it's not like there are a whole bunch of people running around grabbing all of the, potential targets. It's just not well made. I mean, I put out all the fires I could put out. I've grabbed all the... this is going to blow me up. There we go. Heart complaint. I grabbed all the shot that were around. They respawned. I took care of all the spike traps that were around. We have a dead player. Can I get to him, or did he actually go after... We have multiples. We have a couple going after the champion. No. I'm just no. See, there's like 3 dead up there, so yeah, no. I just, banging my head against those kinds of mobs, I don't find fun. You've got 8 or 10 people, say. You're going to defeat it pretty handily. 4 or 5, usually, is sufficient for even relative, noob players to do it. You've got... enough people that your odds of being able to get rezzed if you get killed, which isn't unlikely. And that was the gathering materials, 75 of 75. We need 2 things. So we have to hit 30. World boss won't be happening. Events. Renown hearts. What are we at? 3 more? 3 more? Why can I not see the number? Yeah, we're at 8 of 10, so we need 2 more Renown Hearts. And hitting level 30, and we'll get a bunch of XP. And there's a Renown Heart over here. Destroy the immature heart, or stock. That's a body. We've got another immature stock. Again, these are sort of leftover events from Living World Season 2, I think. No, it's 1. So there are these Seraph remains. You can get these Seraph badges from those. Yeah, all these Seraph died heroically, and then somehow you've got an absolute blithering idiot like Francis with a nice cushy job in fucking Divinity's Reach. Let me grab an air freshener. Sorry, purifier. Of course, not a freshener. Place that. Toxic remain. Sorry, toxic. Stock.
Eat my dust.
Seraph remains. A helpful hint is if you're doing something in the way of the heart bits that requires a weight, an induction, well, in this case you're picking the stocks. If you do a weapon swap in the middle of that, a lot of times that'll cancel the induction, but you still get credit. Lack of healing drove you nuts too. CDs are long, but you still itch to play Mesmer again, but in your SP speed it'll take 24 hours to download. Not kidding. When I first got in to the Star Wars The Old Republic beta, and I got in early, like 9 months before the game came out, the beta, really very closed beta. It took me 3 days to download because I was working on what amounted to a T1 speed, 128 megabits per second. 128 megabits would be, let's say about 100. No, it wasn't even 125. Wow, my brain is going. Anyway, it took 3 days to download the 25 gigabytes. 3 full days. 1.25 megabits. Right? Yes. So 150K a second. Yeah, that sounds right. About T1 speeds. For those of you who are old enough to have ever heard of a T1. Did we pick up any more of the dead guy parts? No. We need one more dead guy part, or the stock might be enough. Bust it up. That's enough. All right.
Eat my dust.
Dust eating is optional, really. We're just a whisker shy of level 29. Apparently they have a bounty on hoofs, which is a little dark. Having a bounty on centaur hoofs just seems a little bit... what's another word for genocidal?
Refreshing.
How about genocidal? We'll just go with genocidal, I think. Ding 29.
Strong.
And now we hit 30, and we'll finish up Chapter 2 of the Adventure Guide, and probably go immediately to, like, 32. Have I heard of 56 KB download? Have you heard of 300/120 baud acoustically coupled modems? That's a modem that can go from 120 bits per second to 300 bits per second. 120 bits is 15 bytes per second. So, yeah, I've heard of 56 KB download. Those numbers I gave sound unreal to people. But I can assure you, quite real. I've used not just punch cards, I've used paper tape. I have known the pain of having a deck of punch cards and dropping it. Also, any download you do means you can't do any background anything such as play a game. Yep. Or watch a stream. Definitely not. Yeah. Or even browsing. ISP required no photo ID when the one you did have did, so you had to change ISP when your flatmate passed. Ugh. All we want from our computers and our internet connection is for them to work. Really, anything more than them working is great, but really all we want is for them to goddamn work. Love when the whole neighborhood can know when you connect to the internet. Hey, I'm old enough to remember actual real party lines in homes.
The mine's under attack. Someone please help us.
Oh, fine, I'll help you, losers.
You will be broken.
I will not be broken. Time to just murder some.
That feels good.
Got more of them coming? Yeah, the Tamini, blah, blah, blah. Fiber optic is such an amazing tech. Bite me! Not to put too fine a point on it. I am in Silicon Valley, the heart of technology, technological advancement, computers, and computer science. I can't get fucking fiber. I can get fiber to the node, but not fiber to the home. Pick up the phone and hear the neighbors talking. That is indeed the good old-fashioned party line. Isn't technology grand? Now, you've got to realize that Silicon Valley, like a lot of the big cities, you're going to have NIMBY being a thing. Not in my backyard. A lot of people aren't going to want the construction being done to pull cable for something like fiber. Oh, that was terrible. So a lot of big cities are not going to have fiber anytime soon because it requires pulling cable. And people don't want, they don't want a backhoe in their neighborhood digging up the street. Over the years, I've gotten my speed up to, I don't know, when I first moved in, I was getting about 75 megabytes per second, I think. So about half a gig, maybe less. Now I'm almost at gigabit, depending on what I'm doing, what I'm downloading or whatever. It can be pretty close to gigabit. I can get like 800, 900 megabit. But there are no fiber to the door providers for where I am. There's fiber to the general area, which is why I can get the speeds I can get.
That feels good.
Getting close on another heart here.
Armored up.
There's the heart. Fine, well, why is this a plains worm hatchling? Does this look like plains to you?
Eat my dust.
Also, eat my dust. Not you guys. Let's do a water heart for any of the new players so they can see what a water heart looks like. And why I'm not a huge fan of the water combat in the game. Although, again, I will repeat, it is better than any other game. Head to the water and clear the lake of toxic sludge and creatures. Fend off sharks and check the fishermen's shrimp traps.
Need help?
I wonder. These guys are all diseased. Can I use a water bucket and clear the disease off of them?
I've got a huge fish pile. It's like meditation. There's a certain pattern to it.
Villagers too ill to speak. Perhaps Mayor Trisk knows about what's been happening with these people. Well, I'm not that interested. So when you go underwater, you're now wielding a water weapon, and you'll have one or two of those. On a Mesmer, I believe you can have a spear or a trident. I currently have 2 tridents. Those. Can't use that. Give me just a second here as I tidy up my inventory as best I can. That's a 284. My current scepter is a 250. That one's better. Put all that stuff away. I'm going to go ahead and eat a strawberry ghost. Why am I not able to eat it? Can I not eat while I'm underwater? And yet I can breathe. Evidently, you cannot eat underwater. I beg to differ. But not only do your weapon skills change, so do your non-weapon skills, your utility skills. All right, we're going to open a shrimp trap. Oh, good, perfect. I fired in a random direction for no particular reason. And I've aggroed extra mobs for no particular freaking reason. Gave up on PoE 2? Didn't give up. I'm still playing it off stream. But I didn't want to share my frustration with the game with the people watching me. I just don't think that's fair. If I'm angry and mad and swearing at a game, I just think that's got to be a lot less fun. I'd rather, if I'm going to spend time playing games for people, I'd rather be enjoying it the entire time rather than... So that's an AE that hits everything in the area. That's really lovely. So I am playing it off stream. Also, I have changed my build. Sorry, I changed my build. I've created a second character. I'm playing that. It just is, there are very few good builds, it seems like, for this season. Yeah, they patched it today, but if you read the patch notes, they fixed some bugs, but it doesn't look like they fixed any of the sort of balance issues or things like not enough runes dropping for people to be able to actually use the mechanic that is in place for them to be able to balance their elemental resists, which is a big deal in the game. You know, the elemental resist caps are set at 75%, generally speaking. Shark! And so you want to, if your resist is 25% instead of 75%, you're taking 3 times as much damage from fire, say. And so the way you're supposed to be balancing that is you use the runes that drop and you socket those into the sockets that you put on your gear, and that increases your resists. But the runes just aren't dropping. I'm not sure. I believe what happened is they just added a bunch of new types of runes, but that just dilutes the pool, and now nobody's getting enough of the runes everyone needs. Don't like the loot doesn't seem to keep up with the monster levels or zones. I don't think I have an informed opinion on that one. I think that the game does have a significant problem in that a lot of times you're going to get a good piece of gear, and you're going to be using that good piece of gear for a very long time. All of a sudden, every shark in the world is here. In that improving your gear is very difficult if you've gotten a good piece. Alright, there's the heart complete. I was watching a video, I think it was Rax's, and he talked about how he was, at the end of Act 4, he was still using Act 2 gear for his weapons, because he'd gotten good stuff. And he hadn't gotten anything that was better in, 2/3 of the game.
Eat my dust.
I certainly agree. I think the power curve is off. More than that, though, too, I think they really, really don't do justice to the early game. The early game has got to be fun. And right now, it's just pain. It's excruciating. Even if you're playing a build that, that doesn't have any real problems. The two builds I've played are the two strongest builds, at least for leveling builds. The Lightning Arrow and Essence String Contagion. And they feel okay while leveling. My understanding is most of the other builds feel like crap while leveling. And that's just not good. Ooh, 14. Got another one. So that's the first of the last batch of 3. We'll go ahead and grab that. Critical hits deal more damage. Critical hit damage against disabled foes or foes below the health threshold is further increased. Extra critical hit damage. Let's see, we've got 71% of it done. That is actually a good one to show players. Correct that the number of builds is non-existent. Yeah, pretty much. At the end game, it's very different. If you're watching like any of the name streamers play, the ones who are, they are good at the game professionally. I mean, they are really good at the game. They understand it. They can make their own builds and play them very, very well. You can see them playing a much wider, broader array of skills than you're going to see amongst the leveling crowd, because they can make an iffy build work. Most of us can't do that. Which is why I've seen the numbers as high as like 3/4 of the players are using one of those two builds I just mentioned. I don't know if that's accurate. Probably not, but it might be. It wouldn't surprise me if it were accurate. I want to fight a veteran underwater mob. They suck. But I can't get away from him. If you could screw off angry fish, that would be cool. He's still coming. What the hell is that up with? What the hell's up with that? Why not fly? Because I'm trying to set this as a series where a new player would be able to follow as I play. I'm only using the mount that they're likely to have, which is the Raptor. Solved it now. You shelved it now. It'll come back. Yeah, I just think that they... generally, when there are problems with power and items and stuff, a lot of times that gets fixed relatively quickly.
Eat my dust.
But I was not impressed by the fact that, we're 4 days in, 5 days in, and the fixes they're doing are all bug fixes, not some of the simple fixes generally that might help the general player base. I would like to see the new stuff. I would like to see Act 4. Another daily complete.
Eat my dust.
Eat my dust, indeed. So I'd like to see Act 4 and the sort of, I can't remember what they call them, the sort of interstitial stuff that they've created between that and the end game. I'd like to do more than just browse the auction house, be able to use it, but you have to get to Act 4 for that, and I haven't got there yet. Okay, so again, for the new players, this is kind of another one of the hearts that is, when you first get to it, it will drive you crazy. First of all, if you're doing map completion, note that that POI is under the water, and you have to come over here, dive down, and swim across. There are things underwater that are going to be difficult to get to for map completions. You may have to check the wiki. I will repeat, the wiki is a great resource for new players and experienced players.
Eat my dust.
Now, in here, killing grubs will give you progress, but what you really want to do is you want to talk to the frog lady, who's going to wait. Pig magic. Hi there. I'm a pig. So I'm going to smell for truffles. It brought up that animated poof of smoke. You go over there and you forage. I'm foraging. I have a truffle. I could eat it with the 2 button or 1 button and heal, but no, we want to bring it back to Matlal, and that gives us more advancement. We can also come over here to the burrow, kind of poke around in it, or if you prefer, pork around in it. Never mind. And kill the grubs, and even though the grubs breathe fire, hey, I smell like cooking bacon right now. Oh, poof of smoke when I snort it. Come over here. And let's see, 4 for run, 4 for run. I run over here as fast as my little piggy hoofs will take me. That even sounded weird to me. All right, this person has a grub. We can help them with their grub. We get credit. We come over here. We enter. Out comes a grub. Bacon again. I mean, we all love the smell of bacon. Cooking bacon, it's just the best. Pick up a truffle. Run, 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 run. Run, run, run. Here you are, Matlal. I'll use my little trotters. Oh, that person, they grabbed my truffle. I said person. Technically, not really all that accurate. That pig. Well, I'm going to grab somebody else's truffle then. I genuinely hope that that was the truffle of the person who stole my truffle. The pig socialization factors are kind of a deal. As a returning player with none of the DLCs, which one should you get first? Definitely, and this one I am completely confident about, there is a pack that includes both of the first two expansions. If you buy Path of Fire, you also get Heart of Thorns. That's easy. It is the cheapest. Well, okay, Worlds, Living Worlds might be cheaper, but it is an incredible bargain. That's 2 full expansions. That gets you gliding. It gets you mounts. It gets you an additional class, and it gets you 18 elite specializations. It is far and away the best purchase. There's not even anything else comes close. Not only is it the best buy in Guild Wars 2, it's one of the best buys in MMORPG. Period. It's so much content. And welcome back, and I hope you have a blast. I really genuinely do. There are a lot of former players coming back. There are a lot of new players to the game coming in. This is a lot of... Once again, what we're seeing is a lot of streamers are playing it, if not for the first time, playing it like seriously for the first time in years. And so right now things are kind of booming. And that's why I wanted to do a series of, new player welcoming streams where I can answer questions and stuff. It's a game that I genuinely love. Sometimes, telling the complete truth, sometimes it drives me absolutely bleeping crazy, but it's a game I genuinely love, and I enjoy talking about games I enjoy. So, yeah, the Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire combo pack is the best bargain imaginable. Not to put too fine a point on it. I don't know if I knew that there was a cave through here. The Spider Queen is up. And it's just me and one other player. And neither one of us seems to want to start the ball rolling. On account of we're going to get murdered. Let's see. I don't need much more to open up chapter 3. We'll go over here. I have been watching, as one of the streamers who I have been watching, as I think they played a little, but they never played seriously. That's Zepla HQ, who is primarily known as initially as a WoW streamer, but also later as a FF14 streamer. And she's been having an absolute blast with it. And she hit the culmination of Heart of Thorns and has been extremely impressed with the story there. The core story is hit or miss. Parts of it are really good, parts of it not quite so much. But the Heart of Thorns story is I would say good to excellent. Almost there. We're so close. The Path of Fire story is very good too. A lot of extremely good gameplay in both of those.
Work faster. The shipment is almost
And this is about to open. There we go. We get more. Nope, we did not get more hero points. We have, that's an invitation to the first dungeon. Dungeons are theoretically deprecated, but people will run them, and you can always start an LFG of your own for the dungeons. So, we just hit level 30, and then we got the experience for hitting level 30 from the adventure guide. Now I'm going to open the box we got for finishing the adventure guide volume 2. We're currently at, as you can see, we are at about 30 and 1/3 levels, I would expect. This is probably going to take us to 31.8. That's my guess. 32. So that was worth 1 2/3 levels, almost exactly. Sorry, 2 levels, almost exactly. Because we were at 30 1/3, and now we're at 32 1/3. That was worth 2 full levels, finishing off the Adventure Guide Volume 2. Power, precision, and a flame blast. That's fine. We'll take that. And that's 8 more achievement points, or hero points, sorry. And then the level 32 awards. We will come back to here. Nope. To here. There we are. We don't quite have enough to finish off dueling. Interrupting a foe. No, that's not reliable. Not in this particular case. So, we've been summoned to the Queen's throne room. Oh my. The Queen would like a word with me. Well, that's understandable. I am kind of a big deal. That there. That there. Move that there. And let's see. That there. We have a die. As I have said, I have all of the common, uncommon, and rare dies, and most of the exclusives. It's a common. Sea Breeze. Well, that actually would be a pretty good fit with what I'm currently wearing. But we will send this off to my kinmate, who, if they don't have it, they'll drop it into the guild bank. Kinmate. Kin are what guilds are called in Lord of the Rings Online. Hey, old habits die hard. Back to the Queen's digs. Well, you know, understand where she wants to talk to me. We're very tight. I'm going to take a moment and refill my coffee cup.
Eat my dust!
Long live the Queen.
Eat my dust!
All right, just going to have a little chat with the Queen, you know. She regularly calls on me for advice and stuff. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing. That's a daily gathering yield. I get that every day.
Eat my dust!
The Orders of Tyria. I'm going to talk to the Queen because the alternative is talking to Logan.
Your Majesty, Captain Thackeray.
Your Majesty.
I was summoned.
Indeed. I'm glad you're here, my friend. Kryta needs you once more.
You know I'll do anything I can to help. What's the problem, Captain?
There's a swamp in southern Kryta called Lichcroft Mere. The area's been hit hard by our war with the Centaurs. Most of the lumber there goes to build catapults and defenses, so it's common practice to use strips of marsh moss instead of firewood on cold nights. However, the Seraph have brought me recent reports that risen undead, servants of Or, have been seen in the swamp.
Risen? The dragon's minions. If they're in the swamp, anyone who goes in there would be in great danger.
Wow, I'm quite a
Precisely.
brainiac.
The three orders of Tyria are pushing to be involved, but can't agree on a plan. While they bicker, my people are at risk. Hero, I have summoned you to act as advocate of the crown. I want you to meet with the orders and take charge of the situation.
You'll be dealing with the Vigil, the Durman Priory, and the Order of Whispers. All three specialize in fighting Zaitan and its minions. However, they all use different methods. It'll be your job to decide which plan is
My
best,
job.
and then act on it.
You will have the full authority of the crown to handle this situation.
So I'm the king then.
Will you accept this task, Hero?
Your Majesty, I will. I'm honored to serve Kryta and my queen.
Thank you. Go, and meet with the Order representatives as soon as possible. I look forward to your report.
When did I change the colors? I change the colors every time I get it. If you mean the outfit, it hasn't changed. It's still me and my Santa Claus impersonation. My Santa Claus cosplay. My Santa Claus play. I will share something with you.
Eat my dust.
A moment of some discomfort for me. Where do we meet? Scruff Mirror all the way down here? Yeah, down here. Many years ago, okay, not that many, maybe 15 years ago. Possibly as much as 20. I'm at the store. And the little kid in the shopping cart, you know, the feet through the shopping cart so they face their mom who's driving the cart. And he looks at me and he looks at his mom and goes, "Mommy, Mommy, Santa!" With great effort of will, I did not punch the child. As no 40-something-year-old wants to be called fucking Santa. Okay? So since then, I try to keep this part shaved because nobody thinks Santa is bald all the way around.
Eat my dust.
I was not appreciative. Yeah, it was more like 20 years ago. Fuck me.
Eat my dust.
Pick a number. It's fun. Where have you been? Leave that nice person alone and come to me.
Who are you talking to? Oh, child. Hi, child.
May the six protect you.
Want to see my magic trick? Think of a number from 1 to 10 and I'll use my magic powers to guess what it is. Okay, I picked 7. Don't say the number, dummy. Just think it. Okay, I'm thinking of 7.
Eat my dust.
No, really, you stink at this. Listen, just think of a number and don't say it out loud. Okay, I'm thinking of a number between 6 and 8. It's 7, isn't it? You did it. Good luck, kid. Someday you'll have to tell me how you did it. Take that as a compliment. Santa is a handsome fellow. Well, yes, but I was like 40-something at the time. Santa never's going to pass for 40-something.
I am Scholar Joseph of the Durman
Even
Priory.
Mrs. Claus would go, no,
You're here
dude,
to make decisions.
get
That's
real.
exactly what we need.
For once, Ehan's right about something. I'm Hiroki, a crusader with the Vigil. The Risen forces are active in Lichcroft Mere.
Leon.
There are missing villagers, mostly children. We've got to get soldiers in there. The Vigil has a squad standing by. They're ready to sweep the area on your signal, Advocate. Just give the word.
Advocate, I'm sure you can see that such an approach would only cause more problems. The Durman Priory has a wondrous device called the Mortis Verge. We believe in using intellect to fight the dragons. Saves on manpower, you know, and we have achieved some marvelous advancements.
Your device is theoretical, untested. You want to risk children on that? Vigil steel is tried and true.
I'm with the Order of Whispers. We brought this to the Queen's attention, but we'll leave the frontline fighting to the others.
Very well.
Other you're a coward.
Josiah,
Okay, got it.
Give me a moment to think this over, and then I'll decide.
I'll think this over for a moment, and I've decided.
Too much has been forgotten.
I'm ready to decide. I've decided to go with the Priory's plan. Doodly doopy doop doop. Hey. You know what it is. It's new shoulder pads. That's new dies. I don't think it focuses on children a lot.
My dust.
I mean, in this particular series of things, because I chose the circus and the kids were getting kidnapped, and here kids are a cheap dramatic dodge used both by games and politicians. When a politician says, think about the children, it's not about the children. New shoulders, okay. New dies. You can see, look at their shoulders. They're just, won't do it all. How about some random dies and go. It's pretty appalling. Kind of like it. We have Shadow Purple, Onset, and Brandstorm. And the Dragons of the Last X-Pack you got? No, you're not affecting or you're downloading now and it's not affecting the stream at all? Oh, good. Yay. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions or problems, please just let me know. I'll be glad to help. I'll be delighted to help. We have some crafting supplies. We have an invisible bag. I look dashing? Well, yes. Invisible bags, basically, your stuff doesn't appear when you're at a vendor. We've got a new hat. That's another... So, we had these dies for just a tiny, short little time. Oh, we barely knew ye, dies. But we got a new headpiece. But because I have an additional pair of Inventor's sunglass skins, I'm just going to go ahead and convert those. Because frankly, I mean, that just looks a little bit...
Eat my dust.
Yeah, I don't know. Just, it's not me. I'm not a tiara kind of guy, you know? But I'm definitely a cool glasses kind of guy. And once again, we're going to have new dies. New attire outfit means new random dies. Here we go. Godless. Yeah. Mint Breeze. And Spring Ice. You know, if you showed this character to a lot of people and asked what class do you think they are, they'd go, oh, that's a Mesmer. If I look at them and I'm blinded, Mesmer.
Eat my dust.
This is most remarkable.
I tend to choose bright purples and or greens for my Mesmers. Back out.
Eat my dust.
I seem to have a lot of concern about my dust. I'm constantly telling people to eat it. I go swimming in the ocean, swimming in the pool, Swimming is cool. I go swimming. Old guy music reference. Peter Gabriel. Maybe try sword again. We'll go with a little bit of sword action. That's sword pistol. No, that's not. Or yeah, where are we at again here? Right, sword and other sword. Sword. As a note to new players, you're not stuck with the look on your items or your weapons or your clothing. They do take transmutation charges to change the look, but you can go to wardrobe, and if I were to select sword, for instance, any sword you've ever unlocked on any of your characters is unlocked for all of your characters. They changing dyes doesn't cost transmutation charges, but changing the appearance of items does. There's a very wide selection. You'll get a good number in a reasonable hurry. But I don't want to start transmuting everything simply because I have so many transmutation charges when you're not going to have that many to start with. Eventually you'll get more if you stick with things. And off we go into the Mortis Verge. Sorry, I said Mortis Vigor. Mortis Verge. All right, there's Josir. Hey, Josir, where are your pussycats? That's an old guy TV reference? Or movie reference?
Greetings and salutations, Advocate. A fine day for a walk in the swamp, wouldn't you agree?
You're mighty cheerful for someone headed to take on the Risen. What's up?
But I always enjoy a priory expedition. Experimentation, research, discovering lost artifacts in an old musty tomb, then more experimentation. Every day is a new adventure in the Durman Priory. It's a fine life.
You do manage to make it sound exciting. So what's this new
I love a life in the core.
It's called the Mortis Verge.
Okay,
it
movie
allows the
reference
holder to easily distinguish the living from the risen dead, but also confuddles the undead, making it harder for them to find you.
That does sound useful. Who built this thing?
Would it surprise you if I said it was based on a Char invention? The Priory values ideas and innovation no matter where the genius occurs. The dragons aren't being picky, so why should we? Any weapon we can use against them is worth exploring.
Have you considered thermonuclear weapons?
Well, I can't fault your reasoning.
The family
if it helps us
atomics,
defeat these
say.
undead. Fire that thing up and let's go find those missing kids.
Not so old guy movie reference. Or possibly also a old guy movie reference. It's both, actually. Hello.
Urge to kill rising.
Old guy book reference? I think Dune was written in like 63.
Eat my dust.
Yeah, we're coming.
Over here.
Don't be afraid, child. The Mortis Verge will protect you. And while the enchantment is active, you can sense the undead.
Eat my dust.
Avoid them and run home as fast as you can.
Thanks, mister. I'll tell my parents all about how you saved me.
Oh, well, that's nice. Little advertisement never hurts. We have another child over here.
I'm over here. Save me.
Quickly, child.
This enchantment will allow you to sense the undead. Avoid them and make your way home.
Really? Thanks, mister.
You're welcome. Polite child. Delightful, really.
Urge to kill rising.
That feels good.
That feels good. Oh, look, another child. Well, let's save this child.
Eat my dust.
Monsters and bad people.
I've enchanted you with the Mortis Verge, my child. Now you can sense the undead and avoid them. Keep your wits about you and run. Run all the way home.
Yay! Thank you, sir.
That feels good.
Another child.
You look like a living one. Please, I want to go home.
Don't be afraid.
Refreshing.
This enchantment upon you, you can sense the undead and stay away from them. Now head home.
If you say so. Thanks a lot, Mr. Old Man.
Obviously, calling Josir Mr. Old Man because I'm not the old man.
Magnificent. The Mortis Verge worked. Perhaps not perfectly, but certainly better than I hoped.
It's an impressive device. Tell me, is the Durman Priory full of such things?
Yes and no. More importantly, our order is full of the kind of people who like to invent this sort of thing. And, I might add, people like you, brave enough to test it. You would be a fine addition to our order, you know.
Well, that's true,
What else
I would.
does the order do?
Anything.
Sadly, I can't
We
stand the
travel
mentor
world
of the
seeking lost
order.
knowledge to use against Zaitan. Exciting, no?
It sounds very interesting. Thank you for telling me about it. We'd better get back and share news of our victory with the others. Thanks again for your assistance.
We have been
This was
victoriously
extremely
victorious. Back to the order representatives. All the way back home. To the Salma district. I don't think this gets me a point. Did get me XP, though.
We need to deal the undead a decisive blow.
Eat my
Remove
dust.
The army and
I'll be
remove
damned,
the
it does
threat.
give me a
There's an
point.
intelligence to their
Just
movements.
once, but
We
still.
need to discover the root of the problem, not just follow them from fight to fight.
At the cost of lives, the undead are attacking now. If we sit idle, people will die.
Josir? With no pussycats? I can't help it.
Advocate, the representatives have reported your success. Well done.
Thank you, Logan. I'm glad we saved the children, but the undead are still a problem.
I'm told the children saw a Seraph soldier in the swamp, and their stories were quite appalling. They were as frightened of him as of the undead. If this was that soldier, the children say he's become violent and incoherent. They also say that the undead weren't attacking him.
There aren't any Seraph outposts in Lichcroft Mere. What's a lone soldier doing out there?
Going for a walk?
According to Seraph reports, a corporal named Kellogg didn't report for duty. I'd assumed he was AWOL in Lion's Arch, but maybe there's more to it.
This Kellogg could be under Zaitan's influence. Could he be inciting the Risen and making them more aggressive? Maybe he's a necromancer.
We don't have time for theories, Advocate. Vigil scouts marked more undead approaching the town of Triskel Quay. The corruption is spreading.
If so, then Triskel Quay is just a symptom. Whatever's drawing the undead inland will continue to do so even if we save the town. We should investigate what happened to Kellogg. He may be the key to these attacks. Till we know what's going on, we're just plugging leaks.
You want to go on a wild goose chase, Ehan? Fine. But don't risk Triskel Quay. We need soldiers to defend the town or people will die.
A few will die now.
If Ehan goes out on his own,
long run. The Order of
that would
Whispers
make him
is prepared
Ehan
to make
Solo,
that
right?
exchange.
It's a good thing that decision's not up to you two.
I can't
Advocate,
believe that
it's in your
bad
hands.
joke never occurred to me before. We're gonna go with Hiroki. I'm ready to decide. Let's take care of Triskel Quay. Not to be confused with Finley Quay, who is a musician. Let's see, we currently have a pistol. Our current pistol is not as good. We'll grab the pistol. Yeah, I would like to apologize. Miss T got the joke. I am sorry for her that she got the joke. I was speaking truly, however, when I said I couldn't believe I'd never made that joke before, because it just occurred to me. And I would remember a bad joke like that. A bunch of stuff, absolutely none of it useful.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
Mind you, I'm sorry about the pun, but I will never stop using them. It's what I have in lieu of a sense of humor. You understand.
Refreshing.
Oh, we hit another level? The douche. Oh, new pants. Oh, we all know what that means around here.
Eat my dust.
Along with eating my dust, of course. We crack. We did. We get to finish out the line. You'll finish out the dueling line. You don't have to. And now we will start maybe more signets. How about some glamour? I am very glamorous. I think everyone would agree.
Eat my dust.
Crafting bits. New pants. I did kind of like the poofy pants, though, I have to say. They were very mesmery. Yeah, I'm not sure this is as much of a look, but fine. Fine. New dies incoming. Steel yourselves, guys. Here we go. Wow. That's a lot of pastel. It's fog. Yes, it is. Strawberry breeze. And pastel honey. Well, I'm clearly ready for the Pride Parade.
Eat my dust.
That is an outfit. Of the many outfits, that's one of them. Yeah, passable as a ballet outfit. Yeah. Well, these shoes are amongst my least favorite cosmetics in the game. When you're wearing real pants, you can clearly see that you don't have any socks on. I'm not a fan of shoes with no socks. But now, evidently, I'm wearing tights. It's clear I'm wearing the sunglasses, the shades, because I don't want people to see the shame in my eyes.
Eat my dust.
Let's see, where are we off to now? Casix Hills, the Quay. Is there really genuinely no freaking waypoint anywhere closer than there? I guess that's it. All right, fine.
my dust.
Ettins. Did it have to be Ettins? And Triskel Quay. I mentioned a musical artist, Finley Quay. He has I only know one of his songs, but it's a great one. It's called Dice.
Eat my dust.
So, party going on, seems like. You know, you've got green smoke, so Nicolas Cage was probably here searching for bioweapons. That's a deep cut right there.
It looks bad down there. Do we have enough soldiers to save the town?
Old guy.
Whether we do or not, we're going to try.
Movie reference.
My death saves an innocent life, then I've done my duty as Vigil. Movie. But I plan to go down.
Has some entertainment.
Agreed. Value. What's Vigil protocol in this kind of situation?
Well, we've got no time to form ranks. I sent our soldiers ahead into the town to drive back the undead. They'll need our help.
I'm ready for our fight, Haruki. Let's not waste any more time.
Farmer, merchant, farmer. It's just the hoi polloi. Who truly cares, you know?
Thanks, but don't let up. Everybody else is still fighting inside.
I'll guard the front entrance.
That feels. Eat my dust.
Still fighting inside.
Alright, we just gotta... I hesitate to say we have to kill all the dead guys, because that seems redundant. And saying we have to re-kill the dead guys. I mean, really,
Everybody else is still fighting inside.
how do we kill the undead? Why is this undead guy not popping back up? I mean, did I brain him? What makes them dead, I guess, is my question. And I have no idea what the answer is.
One more thing from my list of
I have dodged attacks. More XP for me.
Go on ahead. We'll hold this landing against whatever else they send.
There's nothing that can't be solved by a pistol, a scepter, and a couple of swords. You know what I mean?
Strong. Good.
Let's go. I've got your back. Let's go. I've got your back.
Wow. They both have my back. I feel reassured.
Thanks, but don't let up. Everybody else is still fighting inside. That feels good.
That feels good.
Thanks, but don't let up. Everybody else is still fighting inside.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for pointing out what I already knew. And we've got a Risen A-bomb. I failed to double-click my dodge. I only got one of the clicks in. My fingers didn't quite function in the expected and appropriate fashion. Pardon me, please.
rising.
Urge to kill is rising.
Eat my dust.
All right, that time I dodged successfully. Much better about that than, the previous, which was not great. And I dodged successfully again. You see, I'm not completely inept. I'm only mostly inept. And that should do it.
Let's go. I've got your back.
Thank goodness he's got my back.
We were in real trouble until you showed up. Those undead came out of nowhere.
How did the attack start?
Stealth undead?
First thing I saw was Corporal Kellak screaming and cursing. Then the undead started swarming and I lost track of him.
Kellak, you know him? Where is he now?
Do I know him? Sure. Kellak's assigned to this post, but he's been missing for days. It's not like him to go AWOL. Look, I don't want to get him in trouble. Kellak is a good soldier and a good man.
So
Probably
it's kind of
just
too late for
overstayed his
that.
leave. It's that pirate girl.
He's been
I don't know
corrupted.
why he was looking for her, but I bet she's done something to him.
Pirate girl?
That outfit.
What was her name?
Wow. I
I think
mean,
he said it was Elastia. He probably meant Elastia Crow. She's crew of a ship docked southeast of Nebo Terrace.
All right, Captain. We'll get to the bottom of this.
I will meet with the Order representatives back in the Salma district. And then I will be calling it an evening. And we will commence with more of this tomorrow. But we'll finish this up first.
Eat my dust.
Oh, I don't think I ever did check and see if I wanted to swap over to this. Create a clone, your current position when you dodge. I think we'll stick with that one. Alright.
Elastia Crow had a rare talent for precognition. I wonder what Kellogg wanted to know.
Whatever it was, I think the information drove him mad. I'm surprised that doesn't happen to more Priory scholars, too.
Clearly, the Order of Whispers has no respect for pure research.
You done quibbling? Hi, Hiroki, you're looking good. Have you lost weight? Changed your hair?
May courage go.
Actually, she looks an awful lot like Shadowheart.
Advocate, good to see you. How'd your mission go?
We didn't find Kellogg, but we discovered that he's connected to a pirate named Elastia Crow. I want to talk to her and see what she knows.
Talk with her? I'm afraid that's impossible. She's dead. Her pirate ship, the Ravenous, was destroyed by an undead attack 2 days ago.
You're sure she's dead? Did any of her crew survive?
Even if she's dead, Elastia was a seer. She might have seen this coming and left something behind that we could use.
A few of her crew are still alive, camped near the wreckage of their ship. She might have told them more about what's going on.
We need to find out what Kellogg wanted from Elastia. Pirates don't tend to be trusting folk. I think a little nautical infiltration and investigation is...
Ooh, naughty infiltration.
The Order of Whispers
nautical?
are a disreputable,
Yeah,
shady
fine.
bunch. You and the pirates would get along just fine. I have a better suggestion. Even if Elastia Crow is dead, she can still be helpful. I know an accomplished priestess of Grenth who could summon the pirate spirit.
The Durman Priory's better suggestion is to disturb the dead? You scholars really will turn over every rock to get your answers. Even tombstones.
Hiroki, any suggestions from the Vigil?
Me fight.
None, Advocate.
Me fight
While
hard.
these two are squirreling for answers, Vigil soldiers will watch for another undead attack.
It's your call, Advocate. Infiltrate the pirates, or summon Elastia's spirit.
I gotta say, the colors, the outfit is just... Wow. We're gonna go with Ehan's plan. And I'll go with him, so it won't just be Ehan solo. Yes, I know, I made the joke. Let's go. Doodly doopy doot doot. we have a new mask. Thank the gods. New color combination. It can't possibly be any worse. Crafting materials. Our new strong mask. Oh, but this does mean that we're now out of charges for our sunglasses. 5 bags of goodies. We got an axe. We can use that. Hammer. Can't use that. Rifle. Believe it or not. Usable. Although some of these require non-core game content, and so I'm trying to not use those.
Target destroyed.
All right, here come the new dies. Yeah. How could we? Oh, that would be even worse in my current color combos. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Dear God, no more pastels. It's okay. Cobalt. Sherbet. Oh, because what we were wearing before didn't look like sherbet or sherbet. And citrus ice. Well, I got to say citrus ice and sherbet sound like they go together really well. And then cobalt, which is if we want our sherbet to be radioactive. That is a look. It's a look. I will exit the instance, and I will exit the stream too. I want to thank you guys very much for hanging out with me tonight. As always, I am very appreciative. I should be back at the same old nonsense tomorrow at the same time as usual. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. I think it's New Zealand. It might be early afternoon in New Zealand. Anyway, back tomorrow. My objective will be finish up the
Eat my dust.
3rd chapter of the storyline. I think we're at like level 33, so I guess next would be heading into Gendaran Fields. So that is where we will go. We will go to Gendaran Fields forever, because that's also where the storyline is going to take us, so we're going there anyway. So that's where we'll be heading tomorrow. Again, thanks guys for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Back at it again tomorrow. I hope the rest of your Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, right? Wednesday or Thursday, if you're on the far side of the world. In the future. I hope the future's better. Oh my God. At the usual time. But until then, take care. And